What if spirituality was never getting everything you've always desired? What if it was about cultivating a relationship, a deep relationship with yourself, with God? And not only that, but you experience a love deeper than anything you could have imagined. From a long time ago, I've been thinking about this concept of spirituality and my understanding of how I thought about it when I first started on this journey. And it was something that I realized that in the main crux of it was, I thought spirituality was about getting everything I wanted. And I recall being quite young and watching The Secret. And The Secret was telling me that what I think I can have, if I want the big car, the perfect partner, money, achievement, all I've got to do is close my eyes, imagine it, feel it, create it, and then it's mine. But what I realized was that the more that I chased these things that I said I wanted, the more emptier I felt. And it made me start to think in my mind that there has to be more to this than just getting what I want. This concept of desire and spirituality is so entwined, and it's something that I really have to challenge today. And it wasn't until I first of all read the book, The Autobiography of a Yogi, that opened me to an understanding that a relationship is something that I can have with the Creator. And even the terminology itself, yoga, union, that is the main goal. The goal has never ever been to get everything I want. It's to enter into a deep state of union, a deep relationship. A concept that I've been thinking about a lot is how sometimes spirituality can be masked as the ego. And it can make you start to believe that you're the ultimate creator. One of the first things I recall when I started on my journey was the thought that I am God. And this is not to bastardize the concept of you being an aspect of the Creator. But what I mean is the arrogance of it to say that I am God. It makes you start to feel that you are the person that is controlling the whole of reality. And it gives you this impression within yourself that you are the one that's making life happen. But you've got to remember that is not the case. If we start to really think about a mindset shift, it's more of understanding that you're a part of creation. And rather than seeing yourself as being the creator, see yourself as somebody who is in relationship with creation. This was something that I really thought about. And I started questioning myself in relation to this concept of manifestation. This is a massive challenge for me in speaking about this because there's so much courses, there's so much stories. Even if you go to my channel and you look at my first video, it's about how to visualize correctly. I myself fell into the trap. But it wasn't until I start to think really deeply about what does it mean really to know God? What does it mean to have a real experience of God? You see, when you're constantly chasing these things such as achievement, you're chasing money, you're chasing status, you forget that the real goal of spirituality is for you to enter into a relationship with this thing called God. And by entering into a relationship with it, the goal from my own belief is that you can have a deep level of connection, which in essence will transform how you think about the world, how you think about life. It's really important that the first thing that I really want us to think about today is you have to make a decision inside that it's possible to know God. And when I say that, what I mean is you have to open your mind to the possibility that you can enter into a relationship with the divine. One of the things that's always inspired me the most is the life of mystics. If you think about mystics such as Saint Catherine of Avila, Saint John of Cross, Elder Paisios, Yogananda, Paramahansa, Ramakrishna, all of these people had given themselves to this thing, to this being called God. And by giving themselves to this being, They were able to have an experience of the divine in a way that we can't really fathom. And that's because rather than them thinking that I want to get X, Y, Z, all they wanted to do was enter into a relationship with the divine. As I speak about this topic right now, I can feel my heart bursting open again with that love. For me, that's what I feel the Creator is. A loving being that I can experience. And when I'm in that state of being, I feel like I'm closer to this being called God. You see, what we've got to realize is that when you give yourself to this concept, to this experience of being in relationship with God, this emptiness that many people speak about can potentially start to disappear. And this feeling of hope can start to arise. You see, real spirituality isn't about manifesting everything you want. It's about developing a relationship with God, an intimacy, a reverence, an understanding that in order for you to know the face of God, you have to enter into a relationship with it. You see, I'm not here trying to pretend that I am the person that knows God. I'm just a fellow traveler that's still getting lost regularly, trying to understand, like, what does it mean to be in relationship with God? If there's one concept that I really want to introduce and why I'm calling my channel, this channel, A Path Towards Wholeness, is because when I think about this being called the Creator, I see it as a circle. And in that circle, the totality of it is filled. And that's what, for me, being in relationship with God is. For me to walk around and say, I feel whole. I feel complete. It is like two aspects of something connecting together, like a magnet. And you're entering into that space of that union. And it's a process. I've been walking this journey now. I'm 32, and I think I really entered deeply in my 20s. So it's been a while trying to understand myself and understand where I fit within this concept of creation, and also actively feeling like I want to share an aspect of myself and my journey, and to speak about the various things that I've learned. Because this channel, if I really think about it, is for that boy who was me at the age of 21 that didn't know what to do or what to look for. But the one thing I'm going to leave you with today, and I'm going to repeat it again, is real spirituality is not about manifesting everything you want. It's about a relationship. And that relationship, if you really take it seriously, it can open up a whole depth that you didn't even realize was possible.